the nice thing about Mulch 2, and also this is particular to many modular audio applications. It allows you to sort of keep ideas at arm's length until they, it allows you to put in more ideas than you end up using, and it doesn't really interrupt your workflow too much, because the controls are available for you to fix whatever change of heart, fix the problem that becomes apparent when you have a change of heart. So maybe just leave that in as a slight flavor. Now, I'd like to add some hat type sounds, and in fact I've got some hats. So, but what we're going to do now is I think we're going to change from using loop players as our sources, and instead we're going to add a drum machine, and that's in Audiomulch. The contraption is called drums, and here it is. It's mono out, and just for giggles, let's fake stereo that. Let's bring up 7 and 8, and we look at, we'll call this hats, etc. Because I'm sure we're going to put some hats in here, but we may put some other stuff too. Don't forget to bring up the main volume on contraptions when you create them anew. And then what we have here is a drum sequencer that has 5 channels, and we simply assign samples to the individual channels. So we go to hats here, we can sample some hats, sample some samples as it were. Looking for some single hits, I guess. Alright, like that. And we'll get another open hat, half closed. Alright. Let's start painting in some notes. Maybe a pattern like this. Of course, we're not hearing anything because the individual channels on the drum machine, or the drums contraption, haven't been turned on. Or, well, rather been turned up from nothing. So here comes the hat. Now we've got some hat. And let's bring in the open. Now that really did something. I really like the way that the open hat slides right into the snare. It is, it's a kind of timing kismet, if you will, that I really enjoy listening to. We've got a basic loop here. And if we want to create different variations on this loop, what we can do is we can create different presets that just play with relative levels of each of the contraptions that are being fed in. The floor tom loop, the snare sample, the slow multiple snare sample, and the hats coming out of the drum machine. So one thing we'll do right now is we'll create a preset, and that's just done by clicking the little ellipsis here and just selecting, or right-clicking rather, into the 1 slot and telling it to store. And what that did is it created the preset number 1, in which all of this is being remembered. That leaves us free to experiment with the mix.